Welcome back to Intermission. I'm your host, Jarvis Ziggy Newsom. You can find me on the Instagrams at Ziggy.Lionhearted. And back with me is the other OG, the beige Johnny Cage, Howard Jerome.
What's up, everybody? You can find me at Howard_Jerome on Instagram and Howard J. I gotta learn what my Facebook name is. I never know it. But one of the Howard_Jerome gives me on Instagram.
I need to do like a public Facebook profile because my personal page, I don't want a lot of people coming to it.
Let's just grow that intermission page.
Yeah,
man.
intermission. You know what? You want to talk to us? Go to the intermission Facebook page,
Yo.
where you can watch a lot of our live shows and complete shows as well.
Thanks for everybody that's tuning in live. Yo, I'm trying to share this on my page, but literally as I clicked on this, Facebook updated, and I don't know how to use this new Facebook. This is trash, man. What is this?
It has taken me a little while to get used to it.
Yeah, it literally updated right now, like in my hand, and it said "Welcome to the new homepage." But whatever. So we got an interesting, and polarizing episode for y'all today.
Yeah.
Lots of it. I guess we're gonna debate about this whole Game of Thrones episode.
I don't think it's much of a debate.
Yeah.
I think it was one of our favorite listeners, Jada.
Huh.
It's a debate.
Yeah.
And a few others, but I don't think it's much of a debate. But we're gonna say that for a little bit later. Let's get into some of the smaller news.
Yeah. Go ahead, lead it off.
All right. If y'all didn't know, Disney pretty much just acquired Hulu. They are the evil empire. They are the Republic. Disney is really taking over everything. And I actually like the idea because with a lot of stuff from Fox, I think a lot of mature rated stuff, you can really sort of just dump it off onto Hulu. And it's like, all right, you get the Disney streaming service, but with the Disney streaming service, maybe you pay half price for Hulu, the basic Hulu that includes their more mature content.
What's going to be interesting to see is how this pans out, though, for competitors like Netflix.
Yeah.
Because now you've got Disney with 2 streaming platforms. So they haven't really released much. The only information I've seen so far is what's going to happen with licensing agreements between like NBC and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out because Disney, man, every year they're just trying to acquire some big property one after another. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think the way you're just saying, as far as them being able to put their more adult content on Hulu, that would definitely be something that frees that up a little bit. Start seeing some rated R movies.
Yeah.
More stuff, kind of like what's that fucking movie? I can't even think of his name now. Deadpool. More shit like Deadpool.
Well, Deadpool, the Netflix Marvel shows, you know, and I've always felt that Marvel's darker stuff does better as a series.
Yeah.
Like, we might see Moon Knight now. We might see a Blade now.
Moon Knight would be really cool to see, actually. I remember when you were telling me about him. Seeing that dude is nuts.
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
Yeah. Split personality based on the phases of the moon.
Shout out Clinton. What's up, Erling?
Yes. Oh, man.
You going through looking at this stuff on the Hulu?
No, I'm going to trying to share this.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I finally got it. So what I had to do was click on Misha's post to go see this.
Yeah. I went to the page and I had the actual, because I kept on sharing the event of what's going live.
Yeah. Dude, so other than that, though, it seemed like it was pretty quiet with movie news and everything and TV shows. I mean, we got John Wick 3 coming out.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
I'm pretty pumped about that on Friday. I was pissed over the weekend. I was trying to watch John Wick 2, and it was on HBO.
Yeah.
Man, as soon as the week hit, they took that shit off. They had both of them on there. John Wick 1 and 2, and all of a sudden it's gone. So, and I wasn't about to pay to watch that movie again. I've paid for it 5 or 6 times. So,
I have it on my hard drive.
Oh, okay.
So
we should share the wealth, man. Let me get that. I need to watch that. I gotta kind of get a little refresher going into this. So,
yeah.
Actually, Keanu Reeves has been making a lot of headway over the last few weeks, especially with the announcement that they might be putting Matrix 4 into production.
I know, right? But I'm like, is he part of 4?
He said he would be. He wanted to. Him and then there was his stunt double saying that if the Wachowskis do it, they'd definitely be a part of it. I just don't know how they would do the storyline.
Wasn't that stunt director now like a major director from The Matrix or something?
Well, this is his stunt double.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, I want to say like that stunt director is now major directors.
Yeah. I actually think, I think he's doing some pretty big things. It's a pretty big movie.
Yeah,
So, and yeah, Clinton, we saw Halle, man. She's over here definitely going to the school of shooting that Keanu Reeves went through. I'm pretty excited to see that.
That was pretty good. I was proud of her.
I know you guys were a little bit worried about how she was going to perform in that.
The physical part's not the problem with me with Holly. It's the acting.
So, I've never really thought she was like that bad of an actress.
I didn't think she was that bad, but I never thought she was that good. Like, I think about it, like, all right, everyone usually has a bomb in their career or something like really bad. And she got Catwoman.
She got quite a few though.
Yeah.
Catwoman. I think it's easier to probably count more of her good movies than her bad movies, but it's not bad. I'm excited to see though. It's gonna be a good. There you go, Early. She was looking sexy as hell, but it would be good to see Keanu Reeves kind of have like a balanced in the movie.
And I know it's like she got the dogs or something. I like you see that in the trailer, so I can't wait to see that part. I think that's gonna be pretty interesting. A lot of friends of mine actually have seen this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all the early screenings and stuff. And there was one tonight, and I was like, "Oh, Jarvis, you come to the early screen." And I'm like, "I'm gonna record the show."
So what are they saying about it though?
It's hands down
the best one out of all three.
It's like it's definitely better than the second one.
Okay.
The first one was so unique because it was something we hadn't seen before.
See, a lot of people I know, especially actually Marcus too, was kind of worried about this one being a movie. Like, what are they going to do with this? How is this going to play out? Why do we need this? And I think if you just look at the progression of the movie, it just escalates. It's first John Wick versus his neighborhood, John Wick versus his country, and John Wick versus the world now. So, I mean, we already know, or I know we speculate that he's not going to get killed because of the TV show for the Continental. But
I don't know, because with that, there's so much more you can do, and you can bring in so many different characters.
Well, it looks like they're trying to gear up Halle Berry to probably take over the series.
Maybe
which
so.
I don't know how that'll go.
But like I said, I think it might focus more on the concierge.
Oh, the Continental?
Yeah. And just focus on all the different killers he's met. Different kinds of killers.
I wonder how that would pan out though for a movie though, because I mean that'd be kind of hard to switch back and forth between different characters each movie. I mean, I guess you could explore different roles and all that, but it'd be cool to act. They just did such a great world with diving into the.
I'm laughing at Clint. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Clint. No, Clint. Marcus was so unprepared he didn't make it to the show today.
Yeah, he fell asleep.
Yeah,
just like you said. But they did such a good job of building out this world, but introducing it to you like piecemeal wise. Yeah, with the assassins. So it was a pretty interesting way. I would like to get some more into the world. Not necessarily we have to see Keanu anymore, but just getting more into this assassin's world and everything like that.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're gonna get with the Continental and all that.
Even exploring like Lawrence Fishburne's character and all that would be pretty cool.
You got the Continental, but you also know in other countries it's different things as well. Like when he went over to Italy. Yeah. And the sommelier with the guns and stuff, the tailor. Cool. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to see more of that being brought in. So
they have a whole assassin's infrastructure inside of the city. Like, that's crazy.
Right. So I think that's pretty dope. And I'm looking forward to the Continental because you don't really need big stars. Yeah. And you don't really need reoccurring stars besides maybe a handful. You can change that up constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said we just go ahead and jump right into this. That's pretty much everything I had as far outside of Game of Thrones. I haven't really been doing much of anything but watching Game of Thrones and Mr. Robot.
All right. Let me tell you, like, honestly, this is one of the worst times for me to watch TV. Like, flat out. The weather is good outside. We can sit on the patio and drink beer. I mean, and then we got, like, playoff basketball. Yeah. So, and that's what I've been doing. And then, Sunday before last, we had Cinco de Mayo. Last Sunday, we had Mother's Day. And last Sunday, we had 2 Game 7s. So I was like, I went to Heights Beer Garden. Good.
It's all day?
All day.
Yeah. I mean, outside of Game of Thrones, there really isn't anything else going on.
No, speaking of Game of Thrones.
Oh, she joined right in time.
Yes.
Hey, Jada.
Yes. Hello, Jada.
So we actually started this conversation a little bit earlier today, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go in. So Game of Thrones last week, first episode of the season that I actually enjoyed.
Here's the thing. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed other episodes as well. I won't lie. I enjoyed the first one. Yeah. Second one was a little bit off. The third one's very off. Yeah. Fourth one was good. Of course, they made some mistakes. Yeah. Like coffee.
Okay. Well, all right. So,
but it's not the first time it's happened on the show.
yeah. And
'Cause,
they had a all right. So there was a reflection of a truck in a window that you could see.
Yeah.
It was a pickup truck, which whatever. I mean, it's just
Yeah. But
whatever. So with them starting, I think this is the second episode in the second chapter of season 8. We open up with Tyrion and Viserys. Or what's his name? He dies, and I forget his name now. It's not Viserys. That's a brother's name. Varys.
yeah.
With Varys and them having their conversation about who should be the reigning king and all that. And,
Right.
And that quickly turns. So
Like-
part of the conversation we've been having is how people feel about Tyrion and his portrayal in this season.
And how people feel about Ferris, because
and
Ferris,
Ferris.
like
Yeah.
most people didn't even realize. I caught it at the moment I saw it. I'm like, he's trying to poison her.
That's what you thought.
When he was talking to the little girl at the beginning of the episode.
Oh yeah, with his little bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't catch that actually. I was distracted the first half because I was making. I mean the first like
Because they
5
kept
minutes.
they kept on saying like, I couldn't do it. All the guards was watching around dinner. I'm like, he's trying to poison her.
Yeah. So that brings a little different element into it, but I mean, spoiler alert: Varys gets caught trying to overthrow the government,
Right.
and this kind of goes right into the philosophy of Varys and Tyrion and how they view everything. Varys has been very vocal from day one that he's about the realm,
yeah.
whereas Tyrion's about finding that one person who's going to take care of everything. Almost the same type of way of looking at this, but not quite. And Tyrion to this point has been like very blindly following whoever he thinks being Dany as being the main monarch. She's ready to go.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing with this shit
Yeah.
is that you see Tyrion save Jaime because Jaime's been the one who's protected him this whole time.
Right.
But where the hell is the loyalty with Tyrion and
To
Varys,
Varys.
when Varys is the reason why he is still alive now?
It's Varys.
Yeah. He, spirits him away to Essos. And then all of a sudden, you know what? I'm backing. It seems like he's gotten to the point now where he doesn't want to
Christopher, what's up? Also,
reasoning.
Yeah, also a lot of you guys checking in with us right now. John, I'm going to murder your last name, so I'm not even going to try it.
Maldonado.
Maldonado. Okay, yeah. Thanks for checking us out. I mean,
Like and share. Drop in some comments. Keep this discussion going because we want to know what y'all think. And right now, we're for those just tuning in, we're about to jump into this conversation about Tyrion and
yeah, we're just at
Varys.
the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
And like I said, they both Tyrion and Varys are both loyal, but like you said, one's loyal to who sits on the throne, the other's loyal to the realm.
Yeah, and I won't even say who sits on the throne. It's like
Who he
it's
believes
like being
in.
a Knicks fan. Like you're just loyal to the or even a Rockets fan right now, whatever. Like we don't have to, Yeah, you know it's a sinking ship, but you just gonna stay on it and back it and back it and back it. You just keep throwing water out, and it's been very, very clear. And I think Tyrion understands that she's turning the wrong direction. He's still hoping that she won't go the Mad Queen route.
Right.
And we've seen this with him when she killed Rickon, or what's his name, Dickon.
Yeah.
Dickon, Sam's family,
Dickon.
and set them on fire. And I mean, her redeeming thing is that she don't want to be Queen of the Ashes, but as we see it later on this episode, she don't give a fuck about that.
Well, I go back to the vision she had in the House of the Undead.
Yeah.
When she sees the throne, people think it's snow, but I'm like, she's not cold, so it's obviously not snow.
Yeah.
It's ash.
Yeah.
She gets the throne with ash.
Yeah. Well, and everybody interpreted it as being Jon Snow, but and we don't actually ever see her sit on the throne, so we still don't know.
Right.
And so, to Jada's point, right, Tyrion saw her potential, and that's the biggest thing, the biggest philosophical difference between Tyrion and Varys.
No,
Tyrion is banking on her potential, his perceived value of her, whereas Varys is like, your actions are showing that you are the wrong person to place stock behind.
Varys saw her potential, and Varys saw everything else as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why isn't John grieving, Jada? Like, John lost both his moms, both his dads, 2 brothers, a lot of friends.
So here's the thing.
His own fucking life.
So I'm on the fence about the whole thing because I see both sides.
Yeah.
So she is grieving, and Tyrion understands that.
Yes.
And she's acting out in a way that everyone does. You're wronged, especially with Cersei.
Yeah.
And you know that Cersei is playing you as a pawn and we're saying, you know what, you're not going to do this and she's trying to call your bluff. So I understand this because you got all this built up stuff behind, she's doing, this is who killed your family, all this shit. But then you also have the outside perspective, which was Varys, and that's, hey, I get that this is where she is on an individual level, but this is bigger than her.
Yeah.
And so I can see both arguments. I'm not totally pissed off at Tyrion for that. I get what he's trying to do.
I know I'm not totally pissed off.
I just think he should have done something.
He
to
should have
sway
paid
Varys.
more attention.
Mm-hmm.
But
Not even that. It would have been. I think it's bad that Varys was executed and Tyrion didn't do anything to try and stop it. Just like Jaime.
Well, Tyrion was the one that told him, so
Yeah.
for one, so.
So, I mean.
It was a dick move.
It was very much a dick move.
It was a dick move by Tyrion. I mean.
So then after we get that, we see the whole touching thing with
Wait.
What you got?
Let's go with the most useless group ever in the show.
Holy shit. All right, so you're jumping way ahead. But yeah. For everybody watching, we had all these theories about what was going to happen.
With the Golden Company?
With the Golden Company, with these dragons. Hell, I put out 2 or 3 different theories that I thought the Golden Company was going to do something. I even thought I was going to see Daario Naharis. This episode, fuck all that.
Fuck it.
Nothing. It was just all out battle. So, in a way, it kind of felt like old Game of Thrones, where it's just a lot of people getting killed. Are you reading what she put on here?
What she say?
I don't know. I can't see that far.
None of them. Yes, Ferris was trying to kill her, but she.
Very valid points, but let's
Yeah.
So, in the end, Tyrion and Varys are in my opinion, being very, very true to what their philosophies are.
Yeah.
I just think it sucks that Varys died.
Yeah, it did.
But as the show progressed, we get to the actual standoff, and damn, I mean, it was a great scene. You get to see Jon Snow and the Unsullied and all his men sitting there staring off at what should be a huge battle between them and the Golden Company.
Right. But obviously, Dany finally figured out how to fucking fly her dragon and dodge shit.
Yeah.
Takes out Euron. Like, Euron didn't like.
Destroys all the scorpions, which is, knowing that she could do this, it makes me so upset that she lost Rhaegal.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's just like, yo, you could have done the same thing then too.
Well, like I said, that was a surprise attack. Although she had to figure the Navy was nearby.
Yeah.
Euron's Navy was nearby, so to just blindly get to King's Landing and be like, oh, okay, we're just gonna fly around. No, your head's got to be on a swivel.
So, did you know? All right. So when they were talking about the sign that you'll know the sign, did you know she was gonna go all kamikaze like that and just be the lone soldier going here destroying everything coming in?
Destroying what? The Navy?
Yeah, going after the Navy, going head first in.
No, I didn't know that. No, honestly, I expected to see the because they had already talked about the new Prince of Dorne, maybe some of Yara's people.
Yeah.
So I expected to see a lot more of that.
And that begs the question: where is like they said Yara went to go and capture the Iron Islands and take control of that.
She got him now. She got him back.
So does that mean we're gonna see her come out in this next episode?
I mean, who knows? This is it.
I don't think this is it. I think there's one more battle to be fought because we still got to decide who's going to be on the Iron Throne.
True.
And
I'm saying this episode is it. Like,
yeah.
If you got any questions after this,
who gives a shit, right?
You're fucked.
So, but I think that Dany made the craziest entrance coming through, blowing everything up with that damn dragon.
Jada, the second sons are in Marine with Daario Naharis.
Yeah. So and seeing and with the Golden Company and their uselessness, I was hoping to see Daario Naharis make an appearance and having infiltrated the Golden Company or something like that, because historically the Golden Company were Targaryen supporters. They're founded by a bastard line of Targaryens. So it would have been cool to see that kind of betrayal, something that played out, because with that, there's one of the biggest, I think, missteps of this whole episode is how Cersei and Jaime ended in this episode, and the uselessness with which they dispose of the Golden Company. That just didn't make sense to me.
I actually liked what happened with Jaime and Cersei because I liked that they didn't give the fans everything they wanted. I liked it.
But see, I feel like this whole season has been doing that with a lot of stuff.
It does.
And I don't want you to give I'm glad you got Varys' death was terrible.
It was,
but it wasn't that ceremonious. Like, it was just like, all right, cool, he's dead. And it didn't have the emotional impact it should have. And I think that's been kind of everything seems to be falling flat for this season for me.
I would say, yeah, you're pretty right. Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But seeing all the CGI that they used for this was very. I think that's what they put all their budget towards this season. which
Well,
is-
did you watch the behind the scenes?
this episode.
Yeah, like I'll send the link off
Mm-hmm.
YouTube where they explain like this wasn't even filmed in Dubrovnik. This was filmed in Belfast. It's one
Yeah.
reason why it's taking so long.
Mhm.
They built that entire city.
See, and I mean that was pretty cool. Like you can tell how much detail went into this.
Yeah.
But and just for the Danny to come and destroy it all, it was great.
Right. And it was Clinton who actually showed it to me. So I props to Clinton Myers for that one.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
the
the
writers
writers
have been very
have been
terrible and
terrible and
lazy with some of the shit they've been doing because
You know, one of the biggest things I didn't like.
yeah,
John and the Starks at the tree, and when Bran says it's your choice, he says tell him, and then it cuts off. I'm like, can we at least see their reaction to finding out John's not their brother?
it seems like there's a lot of missteps with that. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the Golden Company, there was all this hype once again about, oh, we've got the Golden Company, and I guess from a sense that having us believe that the Golden Company was going to be a big deal,
Yeah.
only to be disposed of in 3 seconds.
I mean, that's what happens when you get no elephants.
Yeah, I guess. Or when you have a dragon and you actually use the dragon for what it's for.
Yeah.
Which then makes you wonder, like, yo, why didn't you do this shit with the Night King? So, I don't know. There's a lot of things that you see in this episode that make me start questioning other decisions that they made in the
You're
season. And this episode, I think, is more on par with what it should have been, what I expected.
It was, and honestly, I'm looking at the director for it.
You know, there's a petition right now for on change.org that's being signed for season 8 to be redone by different writers and directors.
Yeah, HBO said fuck you.
So how do you feel about knowing that the directors and the writers are going to be directing the last episode?
The writers?
Yeah, they're directing the last episode.
I mean, I don't like I said, some of the stuff the writers. I'm wondering how much does the writers, so much has the directors. Because I'm going back looking at who's directing which episodes, and a lot of the main episodes we have issues with are the same director.
So maybe the case, but let's point out something with the writer though. One of those two writers, the ones who always do the recap at the end of the show, was talking about Danny and how she's not. Everything she's trying to fight against, she's not sadistic, she's not this, she's not that, and yada yada yada.
Right.
But then the bells ring, and she just goes full rogue on this and just fucks up the whole town.
Right.
So that to me signals some kind of like disconnect with what the writers are saying and then what they're actually pinning down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they've always made it seem like Daenerys has this like this understanding about people,
Yeah.
and not blaming people for putting undue blame on folks. Right?
Hate to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
I have to send you the link for it. Someone went on a Twitter rant explaining that this Danny, what we saw from Daenerys, was privilege when it gets denied. And they break it down. Like, she's supposed to rule over people she's never even seen.
Yeah.
And they supposed to bow to her just because her last name?
See, and I think that they're played this whole thing flat because I think that she understood because she says, well, then I'm going to have to go with fear.
Right.
And I don't think they're doing a good enough job to make us understand that that's what she's thinking. By just showing her being emotionally responsive, it was like,
Right.
you've shown her to be like
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Clinton just posted
good.
the link.
You've shown her to be more political savvy,
Yeah.
having more political savvy than that. So it just to me is like it's not fully committing to any of the identities that we have of these characters. I mean, it's the same thing I was saying about the episode before last week, episode 3. You're making Jon seem like such a weak character, or episode 4 rather, like such a weak character. That's not who he is. Even when he was emotionally involved with somebody, he still wasn't that way. I mean, just look how he was with Ygritte.
True. But at the same time, I will say Jon's probably a changed man. Emotionally.
I guess your aunt's pussy would do that.
Huh.
I guess banging your aunt will do that to you.
I guess dying and banging your aunt will probably fuck with your head.
Bro, I mean,
Let's just be honest. What was it? Episode 6 when he comes
those
back.
are the most.
I mean, season 6.
So, all right. So when we're watching this show and everything, some of the most, I guess, nerve-wracking scenes is when it's like him and Danny together, and you're like, bro, like, come on, that's your aunt. Are you? We know she's cool with it, but are you really about to do this?
Well, I mean, he is.
He keeps getting closer and closer, and I'm like, come on, don't do it, man. What'd she say? I really can't read any of that. I'll rip my contacts before coming in there.
That's why I was feeling rushed. Showing her character devolve into madness would be great for a few more episodes at least.
Yeah, instead of doing it in one episode.
No, not that I agree with, but at the same time, they just didn't have the time.
Well, I think they made a misstep by trying to squeeze in this much content into so few shows. Yeah, granted, the shows run longer.
Yeah.
But you don't. I just feel like it does something instead of fleshing out the characters. Because.
You know what I think? The Lone Knight episode or the Battle for Winterfell should have been last season.
Yeah, that would have been great. Like they want to make the show about people.
If in the last season with that
actually would have been a way better setup.
And then we go into this.
Yeah, because then you get a whole year to sit here and marinate on the fact that okay, now all the magic stuff is gone.
Right.
Now what happens? Like, oh shit! Now we got to deal with the real people.
So.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the
it's
incest thing, man. That still bugs me though. There's so much incest in this show.
I will say, I like how they had to show that like Arya. Everyone was like, "Oh, Arya's finna do this and do this." I'm like, "No, she's not."
Nah, dude. So that was one of my favorite parts of this. So the two things that they showed us that they did really well, I think, is the human side of Cersei and the human side of Arya. Because they've made Arya, and everybody thinks that Arya's going to be this stone cold killer.
Badass.
But now we realize she's still a child.
Well, not only that, we got to remember when the Lone Knight happened, after like stuff went to sort of crap, Arya was on a run. It took the Hound, Sandor, because I can't call him the Hound no more. He went out like a G.
That shit was dope. We got to go get to that in a second.
Sandor, Beric, and Melisandre to get her back on track.
Yeah.
And Beric died for her.
Mm-hmm. And that's one I think Arya is one of the most honorable people on this show.
She is.
Which is why I'm so upset she didn't get the kill for Cersei. Really wanted to see that.
I mean, I wasn't mad when she got the kill from the Night King. Because, one, I didn't want...
Clinton's fucking wild. Okay. Well,
or you're a Targaryen.
Oh, there you go.
But, yeah, so I like that, the Hound's like, look, we're going to die here.
Yeah. Like, this is my whole life is that I planned on dying in this battle.
Right. And we get to see her be like, okay, I didn't realize shit was this crazy. Like, Arya, like I said, is an assassin. And I think me and Marcus had the discussion last time I was
we were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
With the soldier
versus
the assassin. Yeah.
I'm like, she has not seen this wide-scale destruction before.
No. She's killed people, but she hasn't seen masses of people just get killed over and over again.
And not just
accidentally.
Just the destruction of things. Like, shit blowing up, shit falling around. You can just be running and die.
Yeah.
She's not used to that.
Seeing a mother getting lit on fire.
Right. So it was great to see her realize, like, this is what this shit looks like.
So to Arlene's point, yeah, she would have died trying to kill her.
Yeah, she would have.
But whatever. I mean, I just wanted to see her scratch another name off the list. Like, have them down in the dragon's tomb. So actually Jada said that. I think
because she didn't kill.
I think Jada came up with it. It was either Jada or Marcus. It was like might have been Marcus.
Yeah.
Arya kills Jaime.
Yeah. Takes his face,
and then goes and kills Cersei, and only her and Cersei know. Yeah. That would have been fucking amazing.
It would have. But like, that was another thing that disappointed me. The prophecy wasn't fulfilled.
How so?
Cersei was supposed to die at the hands of her brother.
So are you sure? So here's okay.
Like someone said, because Jaime led her down there.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say. So a lot of these things with these prophecies on the show is all that they've been open to interpretation. Even George R.R. Martin said that you can't take them literal.
Right.
So what if instead of it was at the hands of it instead of in the arm? Yeah.
So
because that happened. And that was one thing that I noticed last week. Is that one of the things that happened in this show were people dying in the arms of someone that's significant to them.
All right. To answer John's question, so will we ever find out the true intentions of the Night King and the White Walkers or not? Yes, we did. Brant. 3-Eyed Raven told us the Night King wanted an endless night. He wanted much.
He wanted to erase all of humanity.
Yeah, that was it. That was his goal.
He was a nihilist. If you ever seen Big Lebowski, he believed in nothing. We are nothing.
Yeah.
But and I think that's what's supposed to happen with Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the prequels.
Yes.
Is that it's supposed to go more into all that stuff.
Well, the next, I know one of them's focusing on Summer Isles. I don't know about the other ones.
So the one there was like a comment from trying to abbreviate his name and say his name is the same amount of effort. George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
Is that it's 10,000 years before the events of this, and it's supposed to take place around everything that happened with the Night King and all that stuff.
Okay.
The
I
one
know,
that's going
I know
through
there's one
forever.
like that. And then
Yeah.
the other one's going to be the Summer Isles and Dorne.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Night King basically wanted, like you said, he's an nihilist. He wanted destruction of everything. He's the Joker almost.
Yeah, he has no real purpose besides wreaking
Destroying
havoc.
you.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted. He wanted, I want to run this shit by myself. I'm going to raise you all back up, and we're just going to chill at nighttime.
I think that would have been, like you said, better for if it would have done it the previous season. That would have improved on this so much more. Because
Right.
then you could have had 6 long episodes to flesh out this story between the battles,
Right.
playing more to the emotional side, and then we could have had a 30-minute Clegane Bowl or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, kudos to Cersei though with that smooth ass dip off. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna let you two guys
Yeah,
handle this
what she
shit.
just-
I'm just gonna walk off like you just killed Qyburn. Yo, that was the most satisfying death to me. Seeing the mountain just grab this dude and like, oh yeah, I'm done with you, and it just chucked this dude. That shit was dope. But and then
Someone
Cersei
took
just
it and grabbed Sir Smoke-A-Lot. Like, get away from me, bitch.
yeah. But I really liked that one. They actually showed us exactly what he looked like.
Yeah.
It was a little Halloweenish, but it
But
was still
we
good.
got-
We had to finally get to see him.
But also, we got to remember, he got stabbed multiple times with the poison. So
Yeah.
it has done travel. And it's been years.
Yeah, he looked like he just got out of like a swamp or something.
Yeah. So and it's been years since that's poison, since that fight happened.
Yeah.
So by this time, this poison's done moved, and he was dying. So
That begs the question though: what happened to that scepter, the one that he was locked in the cage, not in the cage, in the
no,
in
she's
the prison?
she's dead.
So I thought she was still alive still, because Cersei didn't say. She's like, "You're not dying today."
No, she was his little fuck toy.
Yeah. So I guess she was just still left down there. I mean, whatever, throwaway character.
Yeah.
But seeing him, I think Sandor Clegane had one of the best arcs that actually played all the way through to the end. Because
Him and Theon had two of the
yeah,
better.
I think their character arcs are the only ones I think actually remain intact all the way through to this, because you got to see the redeeming side of him,
Right.
Seeing him how he connected with Sansa, how he connected with Arya, and then him actually being able to get his revenge on his
Well,
brother.
not only that, he still maintained being an asshole throughout the whole time.
For sure.
And that's what I love about Clegane. Like, he didn't give a fuck about you. But if you was in trouble or he was on your side, he had your back.
Yeah. But seeing that he fingered
Clinton is on it.
there's something wrong with this man. Yeah. But I think his arc was probably the most fulfilled and stayed true to who he was,
Yeah.
because I tell you, everyone else's arc has been, I guess besides Arya, but everything else has just been really disappointing to me.
Yeah, the writers, like I said, and I know like HBO was probably pushing them. It's like, hey, we got to hurry up and get the season out. We can't go 3 years between seasons.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, and that would have been understood. Now, and there was a year, we had a year wait between the last one and that one, right? I think so.
I think so.
So they was like, one of these is going to have a 2 years gap. It was too much time, because what people got to remember is they're not filming the way they used to film. All this is really in one location now, instead of 3 separate locations with 3 crews. All this is in one location. It makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my brother who just joined us.
Ah.
He's new to the Game of Thrones thing. So,
What's
hey,
up?
Khalil.
What's up,
spoilers.
Khalil? Yeah.
Be careful.
I did like seeing, like I said, I told everybody the moment they sliced their head, I was like, Grey Worm's gonna kill everybody. And he killed about 10 people in 2 minutes.
Yeah, dude, he went
I was like-
full on into that, man. I don't know, I'm still upset that Missandei is dead, but I'm glad that he's still alive.
Yeah,
I think.
I
guess we did.
but I don't think he's gonna live.
You don't think so? I think he is.
I think after she's gone now, he doesn't want to go back to being Unsullied.
So I think what's going to happen is that he ends up retired. They're going to put a nice little knot on him.
Yeah.
He's going to end up sailing to the Isle of Noth by himself.
And be the protector.
Yeah,
of
or
Nod.
take all of the Unsullied with him. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, yeah. We did skip something though that was pretty important to this episode, and that was the fight between Euron and Jaime. So, how did you feel about that one?
I actually liked it.
Yeah,
because it felt like it wasn't a clean fight, and it wasn't going to be with Euron.
Yeah,
and with Jaime, who's one-handed, you know. And I love like Jaime had to realize, I gotta go fucking hit you in the throat, bitch. I love that part.
I yelled right before that happened, like, use your hand, dog.
Right.
You have a weapon. Use it.
And then, like I said, Euron's so demented.
That boy is a psychopath.
That he was happy dying.
Yeah, just because he killed the Kingslayer. Or he thought he did.
Right.
That was his last thought.
Right. Because he thought he killed the Kingslayer.
My thing was, it was really funny, the fact that, because he thought about this. Dang, I banged your sister. And I killed you.
And you know what's crazy? They're both like best friends in real life.
Oh, yeah?
Like, they're both Danish. And what they didn't realize, like, they'll start talking in Danish on set and be like, hey, what are they doing? Are they changing shit? Because they would both start talking in Danish.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were basically guiding each other on how they wanted to do the fight and how they felt it could have been better.
Yeah.
They said they wanted to fight like two brothers who hated each other.
It definitely played out, especially that scene, that part of the scene where Euron was just like, damn, this dude's still alive.
Right.
And he goes in there and just starts stabbing him again.
Right.
Which makes me also be like, yo, Jaime should have bled out before getting to Cersei, for sure.
He really should.
He got stabbed so many times by Euron. And Euron's always been an interesting character to me because he doesn't get that much screen time, but he always has some kind of impact on the
He's
storyline.
commanding when he's on screen.
And just seeing, like, that shit was just funny. I mean, I cracked up doing that whole scene. I think that was probably the most comical part of the whole thing.
Right.
Until he finally judo chopped his ass in the throat. But, so I hate that he wasn't killed, though, by Yara or anybody like that.
Yeah.
And I'm still scratching my head at, like, where the fuck are the Dornish people at? Aren't they supposed to be in this? Where's, what's her name? The Sand.
Well, remember, they was in prison.
Yeah, but we don't know what was happened to her. She was imprisoned, but
the mom's probably dead now from all the rumble and stuff.
Maybe.
But we know the daughter's dead.
Yeah, the daughter's dead because she got that poison. But
right. And the other two daughters were killed with Euron.
There's just so many revenge plots that are still hanging out there and characters that we don't know
like
that aren't unaccounted for.
That mom's probably gone.
Yeah. So this is what I was about to lead into. So how predictions for the next episode.
They said it's going to, like, they told us the one thing I kept hearing was bittersweet.
I really don't like that.
Right.
That makes me think whoever should die, like Daenerys, may not die.
Right.
And that, what's his name, that Grey Worm may in fact go to the Isle of Noth, and that Jon and Dany may end up marrying each other.
Well, like I said, I got a feeling Jon or Dany is dead.
I hope so.
One of them are die. I think more people would be crushed if Jon dies than Dany.
I think Arya's going to try and kill Dany, but then get killed in the process.
That could be it.
By Jon. And then they get married or something. I mean,
who knows?
There's so much bullshit they could do.
Like, and this is what you've done for 6 and 7 seasons of so many roads that we can path can go.
Yeah.
And
I was looking at something that was talking about like the writers, and we got to wrap this up soon so we can get into this trailer.
Yeah.
But that was comparing the writers right now and then J.R.R. Martin's and how how they look at this is one looks at basically the end game while the other one is looking at George R.R. Martin is looking at like the character development, and in each scene it's like, what would this character actually do? And I think that's been the biggest change, and not giving them a cop out for this, but like I think that's why we have all these characters that feel like they're falling flat, because his whole thing was not focusing on where it was going, but just how this person would react. So it got really, really messy while we still have all these these loose strings everywhere.
Well, let's be honest, like this actually probably could have had one more half season.
Yeah.
And I think that would have probably done better. But, I mean, you're asking a lot for those people. I mean, one more half season probably would have took 2 years to film.
Yeah. All right. I feel like Arya's going to die this next episode.
I feel like one more Stark's going to die.
Yeah.
I really do feel. I feel like there's only going to be one true Stark at the end.
Yeah. I think one of them will die, and then Sansa's going to become Warden of the North.
Yeah.
But I feel like Arya's gonna die. I really hope she doesn't, but
I
they're
hope
not
that-
gonna kill Jon.
It always has felt like
Yeah.
that, you know, because her arc, she's pretty much gotten almost everything she's wanted. She didn't cross off every name,
Mhm.
but she got to cross off names off that list.
Dude, if they kill Jon, then Sansa and Daenerys are gonna be friends. That's how I see that going. If Jon dies,
Yeah.
it's gonna end all the fighting. Man, what if that's what they
Who
do?
knows? I mean, this is.
But these are all shitty outcomes. So.
Right. And because this season has been less than par, we're going for the most shittiest outcome
Yeah.
possible.
Sansa's not gonna die though.
I'm just glad because, you know, the writers now are about to work on the new Star Wars series,
Okay,
Knights of the Old Republic.
that'd be cool.
And I'm like, I've been waiting on that.
Is it gonna be a TV series or is this gonna be that movie?
I think it's going to be a movie series, the
Mm.
Knights of the Old Republic. But I'm waiting for that. You got a little bit more liberty, and Disney's got more money to throw to HBO.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Like
Better
Disney's,
production because some of the CGI was pretty wonky.
yeah, Disney's going to throw much more money at this.
I just hope they don't interfere too much and let them actually. Well,
Well,
I
like,
don't know.
like I
I
said,
don't know,
who
'cause
knows?
Their writing this year, this season's kind of made me a little worried. It's not all right. It's not the worst.
I think it's some of the writing, but I also had to blame some of these directors because, like I said, a lot of episodes that we didn't like are
Mhm.
usually from the same directors.
So maybe he's the common the
Right.
common denominator.
Because it may be stuff that's in the script. The director will be like, "Oh no, we're not going to do that."
Yo, did iPhone get rid of the middle finger?
I don't know.
That's bullshit.
All right.
So there's that. But so we did have a great trailer drop last week.
Great.
So we've been we've been waiting for this one. So actually that harkens back to one of our events from last year where we took some people to go see It. So It
Right.
part chapter 2 dropped
Maybe
last
we
week.
need to do it for chapter 2.
Man, I don't know because this one actually looks kind of like it might be kind of scary. Like it was a little creepy.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm gonna go see it first, and then go see what everyone else.
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. So like we get to see glimpses of
And
the
this-
old cast.
And it's just a teaser trailer. You know,
Mhm.
she goes back to her old apartment, and that she's an adult.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of makes you wonder, like, why did you want to go back to this house and go
Right.
see all this? And you're not kind of creeped out that it's just some old lady. Like, you would think there'd be something going on.
Absolutely.
But it looks like they're in this trailer that they're taking their time with. There it is, right? That shit right there got me.
Yeah.
The little creepy walk. Like, oh man, there's a lot of interesting things that happen in this. Like, you see these flies in the back, and then you start seeing Pennywise back before he became It.
You're right.
So in the first one, they didn't like go into what
His
It
story.
was, right?
No.
Okay, I only saw it that one time. I need to rewatch it. But this old lady was like really unsettling, and then the guy
Right there. Yeah, that crazy little smile, and she held it,
yeah.
like still holding it, like.
I think they did a really good casting job on this because when they give you like the glimpse of everybody that's involved.
There was only one that I said should have been different.
Who?
Finn Wolfhard's character should have been Adam. Basically, Kylo Ren.
Oh, Adam Driver.
Yeah, because they look a lot. They look like almost brothers together.
I couldn't see him in a movie like this though. What's up? And the other thing is, I want to know what's up with her arm. She has like these bruise marks on it. That's creepy. That's like
Well, I think
shiny
because she's in
type
a
stuff.
relationship that's abusive. Because they all have issues as adults.
That's right. See, I've only seen the
Like-
original one. Oh, there he goes. The creepy reveal. I'll let it happen first, but
Like that was just so creepy. And then of course,
why is she naked? Why? That's the part I don't get. I saw that and I'm eating popcorn. Yo, why is she naked?
right?
Pennywise is a pervert, man.
Christopher Pickett said, "Fuck it and clowns."
Yeah, I feel the way you feel, but at the same time, like this old lady's attacking this lady naked.
I love
Like, that's crazy.
I love a good horror movie, a well-written horror movie. Everyone knows my number one thing of last year was House of Haunted Hill.
Mm-hmm. James McAvoy right now is on my shit list.
Yeah,
I finally saw Glass.
yeah.
Horrible movie.
No, I don't blame him though.
I wasn't impressed with his acting though.
I actually enjoyed him in Glass. It's just the ending. The ending.
Yeah.
Was, fuck.
It got Shyamalan.
It got Shyamalan.
old boy what's his name? Bill Skarsgård. He
Yeah.
plays a very good creep.
He's a very good actor, period. Because he was in Castle Rock,
Mm-hmm.
and he played that role. And he actually had to play it twice,
Yeah.
like flip sides of a dimension. And like to see him act normal and stuff. This is a guy you would walk past on the street and wouldn't think two shits about.
Yeah. So him and his brother. So his brother played on True Blood.
Yeah, Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah. So they have a pretty talented family.
Yeah.
One of the greatest details of this is that Bill does that little eye thing. That
naturally.
shit is crazy.
And he does it on Castle Rock a couple of times too. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand that one, man. Like, how do you figure out you got that talent just letting your eyes roll around?
yeah,
So, but I know we talked about after seeing kind of what they did with it, because even though I thought it was a good movie, the
Yeah.
first chapter, it definitely was a little kiddish.
it was. But you had to go back there because he comes back every 27 years.
Yeah.
So I think now it's to see them 27 years later at this stage.
If they make chapter 2 as like really, really dark, so like the first miniseries is like kind of the same tone.
Yeah,
It doesn't. There's not really a juxtaposition of like these are the kids and then these are the adults. If they do that with this one to make this one really dark, I think it will be one of the best remakes there ever been.
I think
because
so.
you see a good change. You see kids and you get being tormented by kids, but it wasn't too scary. And then all of a sudden they're adults and shit gets really twisted.
right. Well, I mean, and then like I said, and we'll see the effects that like growing up with that had,
Mm-hmm.
because I think all of them have some kind of issue.
Yeah.
But definitely probably will be one of the better remakes. Because I tell you, that Pet Sematary was fucking horrible.
No, I've never seen the first one, and I'm just not interested in the story at all.
The first one was actually very good.
I mean, the idea of having a pit where you can just put people and they come back alive, just not
Yeah,
didn't intrigue me. But
I enjoyed the first one a lot. But
Clinton is crazy, dude.
Clinton, what is going on, man? I know you're in Japan and all, but
What?
bro, come on, man.
Oh, Mike, do you see that?
He found out that trick after the neck and his chick almost went blind.
Yeah, man. All right.
And that is, I imagine, like,
Clinton, when's the next time you're back in the States, dog? We need to have you on the show just for some comedic relief, man.
my mind immediately imagined it was just like, must nothing go, then your eyes go across.
Running around looking like Uncle Ruckus.
Right. No relation.
So what you got up on your watch list for this next week?
It's really just two things: John Wick 3 and Game of Thrones, the final episode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be watching some basketball,
Yeah.
and I'll probably get started rewatching Mindhunters.
I need to get into that.
Now that we know that the season 2 is gonna be dropping this.
So I've got.
Oh, there is some news.
Hmm.
So Netflix has pretty much said, all right, yeah, we lost Marvel.
Oh, Dark Horse.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're focusing
we did
on
miss
Dark
something, yeah.
Horse. And I'm like, Dark Horse was probably one of the better written
Mm-hmm.
comic book companies.
That's what actually gave us Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a lot of content being released from there. So that's gonna give us a good fresh take.
Like,
Good call. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, Dark Horse, Malibu, and Valiant were three under the main three.
Yeah, and they have a lot more like original stories.
Yeah,
too.
original stories and expert writing. A lot of writers get tired of the whole system
Yeah.
and go to those companies.
So what I am going to be curious to, and I hope they do, is that they do a mixture of things where they have series, they do movies, and then have some animated stuff. I think that would be pretty cool.
I think so. I think the success of Love, Death, and Robots.
That was them? Okay.
No, I mean that's not Dark Horse, but when Netflix saw the success of it, it was like we got to get some more of this kind of animation now.
Yeah. Did you see that Caribbean anime?
Yeah, I posted it.
Okay. Yeah. So that was
and Clinton was the one I got it from.
Yeah, that shit was that looked pretty cool. I gotta remember the name of it. I'm gonna post it again on intermission, but that looked pretty cool.
If Netflix grabs a lot of Image comic books, like what is it, Invincible?
Mm-hmm.
But we also got shows going straight to like
Invincible is the same one with the Irredeemable, right? That's the same character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see that story on something.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna go back and read the graphic novels. I don't have time. But holy shit! Like, imagine. I mean, and even though it's like very similar to, because the Plutonian, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's very similar to Superman, it just there's something about it that seems a little bit more edgy, which is pretty cool.
Wait, Brightburn just dropped, didn't it, this past weekend?
Oh.
Or maybe it's this coming weekend.
I hope it didn't, because that means it flew under the radar just like Hellboy did, and that means it did a terrible job.
It's just gonna suck, but I'm gonna go see it. Brightburn.
No, I heard Pokemon was hot garbage.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Brightburn. No, I think it drops
Next week.
next week.
Next week with Aladdin.
I'm not looking forward to Aladdin. I think it's gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got John Wick 3, Game of Thrones. We're actually started. I finally convinced Jada to start watching Mr. Robot.
Cool.
10 minutes into it, she's like, "Yo, this is my shit." I was like, "Yeah."
It's
So we
okay,
were watching
Jada.
that.
Danny went crazy. It's okay. They could have fleshed it out better, but Danny went crazy.
See, I don't think she's gonna go full Mad Queen. I think she's gonna pull it back, and then she's gonna get
But
people
she's
on her side.
She's already done it.
No, because until she lines people up
Oh,
and
and
starts
but-
setting people on fire in court who decide they're not going to be on it, she's not full
Like she
Mad
did
Queen.
with Dickon.
Yeah,
So
Like
she's
she-
already did.
yeah. So, but she got to do it again. She gave him a choice, and so this time there was her deciding, you know what, screw it, I don't care about the decision you made. So, but until she lines people up down that hall, and they're like, who's next to be fed to Drogon? I mean, she still has a little bit of wiggle room.
She's got 10% left.
Oh
before
yeah,
full.
she's on her last legs.
Yeah,
but,
because like I said, she's basically did it already.
Okay, Jada. No, she didn't. She's just going through things. You killed 500,000 people.
She's
You're
just going through some things. All right.
I think they said that's what the count was. Is that it's half the city's gone. That's 500,000 innocent people, or maybe not innocent, but
100,000.
And I think there was like I think there was a good little nod towards the Mad King.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the scene where you see all the wildfire
Well,
start
you know,
popping up.
there was still the stores. He had the stores everywhere. They never removed them.
Yeah.
And Cersei only found out about the one on the cell.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I think there was like a little nod to be like, hey, foreshadowing.
I think that was when John realized this bitch is crazy.
Yeah. My aunt is nuts. So.
That I didn't kiss her last night.
Oh, man. Or he's probably like, man, maybe I should have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that meme?
Yeah.
So give a girl dick, she'll say the world. Hold it back from her, she'll burn out the city.
Yeah.
Talking about Arya and Danny. Arya got something to kill the Night King. Then he gets the nod song.
I'm surprised we didn't see Gendry fighting.
Gendry's at Storm In.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
he's chilling. He's like, y'all got my castle.
He's like, I just got rejected. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm hurting.
Screw it, man. I got my hammer. I'm sitting on my throne.
Right.
Well, folks, that'll do it.
Yeah.
You got any final words you want to say to the people? Oh, if he did, yeah, that would have.
What?
Jada's comment on here. If he would have given her that D. Dog.
Varys might still be alive.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Maybe. Oh. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us again.
We got one more Game of Thrones.
One more. So hope for the best, guys.
I'm looking for it. Like I said this. I'm sort of ready for it to end.
Yeah, me too. I'm done with it.
Yeah. But that's it for us. The OGs. Hypnotized.
Catch you guys next week.